temperature is negative 11 degrees in Minneapolis this week with the chance of snow. We're likely going to see a little bit of precipitation through the week, and hopefully it'll warm up a little bit, but it looks like it's going to be pretty damn cold this week. The date is February 8th, 2021. It is a Monday. One of the things I'm thinking a lot about is how to accomplish my goals for 2021 and how to know what those goals are. What am I setting out to do? What's important to me? And one of the ways I do that is by actually looking back at what I've accomplished over the last few years, analyzing what I've done, what I haven't done, and what I want to do. And when I look back and I look at Greywood's Plot, The Good Exorcist, Smile Asshole, the paintings, some of the other art I've done, the podcast, I realize the things that I haven't done. I haven't made the Fothergill comic yet. I've never done a narrative comic before, so I'm going to focus on that. I've never done a full grindcore album. It's something I've always wanted to do. For The Good Exorcist, I recorded some grindcore songs. For Greywood's Plot, I recorded some music, but I've never put out an album. And I'm very into vinyl right now. I'm really into this idea of creating my own vinyl and being able to put it out there. It's something that if I don't do and I were to die today, I would be very sorry as I lay coldless in the ground, some piece of my psyche floating around there thinking, I didn't do that. So I really want to finish a grindcore album this year, but the narrative comic, the Fothergill narrative comic, is very important to me as well. The other thing that I haven't really done and focused on as much as I'd like to is my Patreon. I really love the idea of running this Patreon. I love sort of the concept of what Patreon is. While I sort of disagree with some of their business model and business technique to a certain extent, I do love the idea that you can go directly to the artist and help them create the art. And your help to the patrons who are watching this has gone such a long ways. Daniel and I are going to be going to a couple film festivals. Daniel and I are going to be going to a couple film festivals this year thanks to your kind subscription. I can't announce where we're going yet, but they're very cool, and I can't wait to take you along for the journey on Patreon and in these morning videos. One of the reasons I started doing these morning videos is because I know that this year is going to be exciting once we get through this brutal cold, when we start to make Scumbag, when we start to go to the film festivals, and when we continue working on these short films. We have one called Where that we're going to be working on. I've written a whole bunch, and Keith and I also are probably going to be doing a secret project that I don't want to give away too much about, but we've got a lot happening in 2021, and thanks to the patrons, that's how it's possible. I mean, I can't do it without that money. I really just can't. I don't have that extra disposable income to be able to create all of this art. And so your donation, it's not really a donation, you're getting something, but your support goes a long ways. With all that being said, finding a way to focus is really, really challenging sometimes. And the way I've been doing it lately is, like I said, to focus on what I haven't accomplished, and the thing that I realized I haven't accomplished more than anything is this comic. So this week, I'm focusing on getting the Fothergill comic out there. I am almost done with the inside of the book. All I have is the cover left to do and some random not splash pages, but like fake ad pages. So I'm going to be reaching out to patrons for help with some of that content. Not to create it, but I need help with some of the questions and things that I'm going to put on these splash pages. I keep saying splash pages. They're not splash pages. These ad pages or letter to the editor pages. So with all that being said, I think this is going to be a good week. Last week was really great. I almost finished all the visual effects for 1st of November. I have the comic nearly completed, and I finished Sampsonizing some of my friends on Patreon. So one of the things I've been doing is patrons can be turned into a creepy Simpsons character that I've made, that I call a Sampsons character, and I've been Sampsonizing people. So I'm going to continue that as well through this week, doing a couple of those every morning. These morning videos might be pretty loosey-goosey, pretty raw like this. I'm not even going to edit this video. You guys are just going to see it as is. All of my mistakes and all of my blunders. I edit these. I cut out my ums. I cut out my little things. This is what it looks like raw. This is me, everybody. Josh, raw. All right. Well, with that being said, now I'm going to stutter and fuck up this ending really bad. Let's get some shit done this week. I mean, I'm going to try really hard. And weeks when it's cold like this, or where you're coming out of the Super Bowl weekend and whatnot, it's kind of hard to get yourself motivated. But I'm ready. I'm ready to get motivated and push myself and make some really amazing art this week. So let's do that. Cheers, everyone. Let's kick some ass. All right. Jesus. Oh, shit!